If I say bad habit, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Right now, most of you are probably thinking smoking. Others include tobacco chewing, using drugs, excessive alcohol drinking, and zoning out in front of the television. You live in a country where you're free to do that, and I'm not here to judge or stop you. I myself used to chew tobacco as well as eat overly salted, fattening foods and zone out in front of the TV and play my GameCube all the time. I quit, and I have absolutely no regrets. I'm going to tell you why people develop these bad habits, why they are hard to get rid of, and maybe give some tips on how to stop. Live Science did a study on a group of smokers to see what nicotine effects did to them. They had their brains monitored as they were given nicotine after a 12-hour period of having absolutely none. The endorphins, which basically subdue pain and cause happiness, were released into the brains immediately. The effects were similar to that of heroin. Tobacco and drugs have chemicals that affect the brain. That's the obvious reason why they lead to addiction and can make someone happy. But what about something like watching too much TV or playing too many video games? If you were going to play video games 20 years ago, you would just make Super Mario jump over a pipe on top of a turtle on an old TV inside a wooden box. Nowadays, people have a 60-inch television where they can get immersed into this world that offers them an escape from reality. Very similar to what happens from an alcohol buzz or a nicotine head rush. Most people, however, enjoy reality. Food, booze, and drugs can be incorporated into their normal life. For those who were in school for DARE or any other anti-drug program, we're always warned about peer pressure. When most people think peer pressure, they're thinking of having drugs or other substances forced upon them. Peer pressure could be something as simple as just hanging out with a group of people that use a substance. For example, the only reason I started using dipping tobacco is because all my friends did right after high school. They did it, I joined in, I didn't see a problem with it. Eating unhealthy can also develop from a peer pressure. Let's say a child is spending time with his family, going out to dinner, constantly going out for pizza, McDonald's. He's developing a bad habit from peer pressure from his friends and family. After these bad habits are developed, why are they so hard to break? Bad habits alleviate stress, and everyone around you uses them. Why quit? I experienced this during one of my attempts to quit tobacco. I stopped for a couple of weeks, but then I get stressed out from work, have trouble with my boss, come back home, all my friends were dipping tobacco and playing video games. I joined in because it just made me happy. With so many family, friends, and famous figures using these bad habits and getting overweight, it just seems like the norm. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention did a report that an estimated 19% of all adult Americans smoke cigarettes. This does include those who use other tobacco products as well as the underage smokers. The CDC also reports that over 35% of Americans are obese, contributing to the over 69% that are overweight, showing that most Americans overeat. In America, as I said earlier, you can do what you want. Most people use this as a defense to do something self-destructive. With all these stricter food bans and smoking regulations coming by, it may seem like the patriotic thing to do is to eat these unhealthy products or smoke in a restaurant just because you have the freedom to do so, or more so, you did have the freedom to do so. I don't support banning fatty foods, and I only support smoking bans that protect children and secondhand smokers. Aside from that, I do believe you should be free to do what you want. But the truth is, if alcohol was undiscovered until today, or tobacco for that matter, introduced as a new product, something that made you feel better and caused cancer or inhibited your driving in the case of alcohol, the FDA would ban it immediately. The truth is, it's a drug that's been grandfathered into our society. A lot of people deny this, and self-denial is a major justification for using these products. I remember in my high school sophomore class, my teacher had a sign up that said something along the lines of, "Don't let the media decide your body, you decide your body." Essentially, that gives a positive message that you can look attractive as you want, not trying to emulate a skinny celebrity. There's nothing wrong with that message. The problem is a lot of people use that to justify overeating and becoming obese and unhealthy because that's just the way your body is. Someone may also be in denial of something bad happening to them. The truth is, cancer is really common. The CDC tells us that in 2010, nearly 600,000 individuals died of cancer, most of those being caused from tobacco. And just shy of 70,000 died from diabetes. I've had discussions with smokers about these statistics, and most of the response I get from those, "Oh, I had a good run, I don't have to worry about it." The truth is that if you do get one of these diseases, mainly cancer, it is going to affect your life. The decision to use any of these products truly is a selfish one. So the consequences of smoking or overeating don't seem too good. How do you quit? There's 3 ways you can quit a bad habit generally. Quitting cold turkey, weaning yourself off something, or getting professional help. Cold turkey means just quitting right away, cutting yourself off from cigarettes or alcohol or any other substances. The advantage of this is it's out of your life. The disadvantage is it can be really hard on your body, which is why some people choose to wean off, which is basically cutting back on a substance that you're using or a bad activity until it's free from your life. The advantage is it's less stressful. The disadvantage is it's still in your life for a longer period of time. People addicted to hardcore drugs or heavy drinking may need professional help or prescriptions, and if you do have a problem like that, that is definitely something you want to take care of. So perhaps you have had a bad habit, know somebody who's had a bad habit, or you still have a bad habit. There are many ways that you can get over it. I hope I gave you a little bit of insight of why people develop these bad habits, why they keep them, and why they can be hard to get rid of. Smoking, drinking, eating, and isolating yourself in video games are all bad habits. I can tell you personally it's worth it to get rid of them.